Would you like to shoot a giant boss spider-like things? Or maybe would you like to shoot some zombies and then realize you cannot do anything about them and just run away? Or maybe would you like to fight some giant creepy bosses that you can also co-op together with your friends? And yeah, this boss is shooting at me with a minigun. And once you take the minigun, you can shoot back at the boss. And would you like to play a survival game where you eat food, gather materials, build bases, build new upgrades, explore weapons, materials, and so much more? Oh, and by the way, did I mention it's also an MMO? So you are playing with other people as well. So this game has a bunch of good and a solid amount of negatives about it as well. I wouldn't say it's a perfect game, but I actually enjoy a lot of things about it. There are plenty that I don't, so let's talk about them. And at the end, I'll tell you whether you should try it. So maybe let's begin with the good stuff. First of all, that would be the open world. It looks absolutely fantastic. The scenery looks awesome. The water looks amazing. And by the way, did I mention it's also a free-to-play game, so you don't have to pay for it either. There's quite a huge variety of all kinds of monsters. You have simple zombies, you have zombies like the ones I showed you in the beginning of the video, like the big bosses and the giant spider walking bus thing. You also have simple things like deers that you can gather for the materials. As you can see in the distance, we can see another player's houses. Yes, there are other people, they are building houses around. As you can see, there's another one, so you're not playing alone. There are PvP servers, there are PvE servers. So if you don't want to go for a PvP, that's not a problem. You can choose a PvE server and nobody's going to kill you, except the zombies. As you can see, we're building together with my friend houses. This is his house, this is mine. We're slowly working on them. And we do need to unlock a bunch of new materials, bunch of new upgrades and stuff like that to continue improving our houses. What I also like about this game is it has quite an in-depth system. As you can see, there are metrics and there's a bunch of them. This will unlock a better pickaxe, this will unlock better crafting, this will unlock fuel. If you go here, this will unlock better tools, this will unlock ammunition. If you go here, this will unlock rainwater system, stoves and all other kinds of stuffs. If you go to buildings, obviously you're gonna get some more building stuff like storage, roofs and so on and so forth. So it is quite in depth and you also have only a limited amount of points, so you do need to think about what do you want. Do you want, to play more of a base builder, so you invest your points into the base, or maybe you want to invest your points into your weapons and then you have better weapons, better ammunition, you can go boss hunting. You also have a bunch of missions. If we go to tasks, there are main tasks, there are like world tasks, and they give you different rewards, they unlock new stuff, there are a lot of zones. The map is actually pretty huge. As you can see, this is absolutely enormous, and I've only been around here so far, and even this takes a lot of time to walk around, so the map is absolutely wildly big for a free-to-play game. That is just, really impressive. Another thing I like about this game, you are playing with other people, even though you don't interact with them too much, but it's still kind of cool to see other people's houses and stuff like that. As you can see, me and my friend, we are building our beach houses, somebody else on the other side is doing the same thing. Going back to the crafting, there's also a vast selections of how you can do your base, and I only have unlocked so much so far. Even now there's quite a lot of things I can do, but as the time will go by, I will only unlock more and more stuff. As you can see, this is really a lot. So you can really play a really good base builder. What I also like, there's a house prints. So my PC did glitched a little bit, and I did add like 6 blueprints that are pretty much the same. But if you do want to save your current design, which is this one, right, you can literally just add a blueprint, save all, and then you can immediately save everything you have. And if you wish to change server or anything, you don't have to build again, you can just place a blueprint. And that's it. That's the nice thing. There are some annoyances about them as well, but we'll come back to that in the bad section. Now, this being an MMO and a place you can play with your friends, there's also such thing as the Hive, which is essentially like a guild, which is not the easiest thing to actually join. You would think it would be simple, right? You just add a friend or something, but no. My friend had to create a hive, and you would think to create a hive, you would create it somewhere here, but actually no. You have to go here, then you have to go here, and only here you can create a hive, and then you can invite a person, and for whatever reason I wasn't even getting an invitation, but the invitation was showing up in the world chat, so I just accepted it here, which is not ideal, but at least we made it work. There's also groups and stuff like that. As you can see, there's also a world chat. You can chat with other people. You can ask for help or whatever that you need. There's also a shop. Obviously, you know, it's an MMO and a free-to-play one, so obviously they're gonna sell stuff. There's a battle pass. I mean, what doesn't have a battle pass nowadays? I mean, there are some free rewards, so there's that. There's events going on as well. Like I said, this is not your typical, you know, survival game, so it's a little bit different. You do have your vehicles that you can actually place wherever the hell you want, and then just you can G-summon them, which is, you know, a bit weird for a survival, but I think we're gonna stop calling this game a survival game because I'm gonna explain everything in a bad section, because it's supposed to be, but not really is, but we're gonna come back to that. Gathering is pretty important in this game. You do need quite a lot of stuff, quite a lot of materials, so that is, and you know, a survival element that didn't go away, which is a nice part. I think people like that, you know, people like to build, people like to collect. One more feature that I don't know if it should exist: if you press Q, you know, it will light up and show you where you can find everything, which kind of defeats the point a little bit, you know, of trying to find the materials for yourself. As you can see, the world is honestly pretty awesome. It looks absolutely spectacular. The design is very awesome. It's very unique. No two places are looking too much of the same. And when you go into misty areas like this, it looks absolutely, you know, bloody good. And it's a free-to-play game. Just look how good it looks for a free-to-play game. This is absolutely spectacular. Now going to the combat. It's pretty good. You know, it's not the best I've seen, but it's pretty enjoyable. Visually wise, it looks really good, I have to say. It has its flaws, and we're gonna come back to that. But shooting feels satisfying. There's a bunch of weapon selection. You can use pistols, shotguns, snipers, rifles. You can use melee weapons. I mean, you name it, it's there. And as you can see, a lot of monsters are quite different as well. They're not all of them the same. Melee weapons are surprisingly good as well. You also have like these little companions that you can summon. As you can see, I'm gonna summon a little butterfly, and it will attack the monster. And it actually does insane damage. It feels a bit overpowered, but there we go. It's there. When you enter the area, you can complete some missions. As you can see, I need to find one more weapon or armor chest, and I will complete mission. It will give me XP and stuff like that. Or I can choose to follow the main quest line, which is gonna be the yellow quest line at the right corner up top. I also love boss fighting in the game. Now, unfortunately, I'm not really able to fight this thing. I'm not entirely certain why is that. I can shoot the little zombies that he spawns, but when I try to shoot him, he's immune. I don't know why is that. Maybe he only spawns monsters and we're not supposed to defeat him. I don't know, but he looks absolutely fantastic. Just look at the design. It's so good, man. The design is absolute. For a free-to-play game, that's one hell of a design. And he walks away. So one of the other things I like about this game is, you know, you can fight some giant bosses in this game, and you can do that together with your friends as well. And although these bosses are not, you know, the strongest thing ever, they're not that difficult to avoid, but if you don't avoid them in time, they do hit pretty hard. But thankfully you can do some of these co-op missions together with friends, but not all of them. In some of them you actually have to fight alone. And once you defeat those bosses, you do get some treasure chests. So yeah guys, there's plenty of good things in this game. Like, the game is definitely worth trying if you enjoy survivals, if you enjoy like base building, gathering, giant bosses. You're gonna like this game, at least to a certain extent. Now let's talk about some of the bad things, or even if they're not bad, at least annoying ones. So first things first, that would be the menus. As you can see, there's a whole bunch of different menus. There's a menu here, and there's more menus inside. There's even more menus inside. If you want to see the shop, you have to go even to more menus inside. There's more menus here. The backpack is absolutely ridiculous. I have no idea what I have no idea what are these things, what to do with these things. It's just absolutely ridiculous. And of course, there's more menus here, and you can go deeper inside for more menus. There's more menus here as well. Here you can see your metric systems. There's also blueprints, and you would think that these are the blueprints I have, which I don't. The only one I have is this. Again, should be a lot easier explained, but it isn't. You have mods, there's a whole bunch of them, and there's like armor mods, there's cosmetics. If you go to the journey and whenever you get done something here, you can claim rewards. However, they do not claim automatically, neither do you get any kind of message, so you need to just come in, click claim all, claim all, claim all on each and every one of them. There's a whole bunch of tasks that, probably not everything's gonna be immediately clear because the game fails to explain it to you. And any kind of explanation this game will give you will just go in like 2 seconds away and you will not understand. You will have to go in and understand it on your own. Thankfully there's a manual, but I mean, who's gonna watch this? Probably nobody, right? Let's be honest. However, in the game's credit, if you go to a weapon or whatever else you want to craft, and you see that these are the type of materials that you need, it actually shows you how to get, right? Craft in the furnace? Amazing, that's one thing I don't need to Google. How to get it? Go explore the wilderness, disassemble the scraps. Amazing, there's one less thing I need to Google. Same with this. Same with these and everything else. This is one of the better things about this menu. Like, there's very few little things good about the menu, but this is. Because each and every one of them, I would be like, how do I get this? I need to Google, right? All of a sudden, I don't. That's good. That's really good. But then you go inside and again, there's a bunch of weapons, armor, there's a bunch of other stuff, and in itself it doesn't look maybe too bad just on its own, but it's like, can we just have like less stuff, you know what I mean? Especially when you look at menus like this, like what the hell is this? Like what the freak is this, man? I'm sure this game will get better, I'm sure the menus will get easier and more understandable with times, but right now it's a bit annoying. And these little things, for example, that I show you the butterfly that can attack the enemies, so you actually need to place it here. So what you would think, okay, I need to redraw it to take it with me, right? Well, no, now you lost it, now you don't have it. Okay, I guess then I need to place it here, right? Let's do that. Great, now I can use it, right? No. You actually still need to go to inside, and now you need to sync it. And now it ends up in your backpack, and now you can use it. Makes no sense. Like, you would think that withdraw means, just take it with you. But it's not. It's these little things that make this game menus so annoying. Is ridiculous, man. Now, the menus are absolutely horrendously bad. We get that, right? What else is bad? Well, the buildings. You think that, I told you that the building is pretty good. And it's pretty decent, right? There's a bunch of selections. Snapping is actually pretty good, one of the better ones in any games I played. I like that. However, for example, how come I can place this, which is halfway not in my territory, but I cannot do this? Makes no sense. So this is fine, but this one? Hell no. And before that, I had a house maybe like, I don't know, maybe up to here or something. It was like, I don't know, 1 meter further, and I wasn't able to place any of them at all, even though they were in my territory. But that wouldn't be even the bad part. I wasn't even able to place any of the walls, because apparently it wasn't in my territory. And before that, I had this place and a whole other place where I had another structure near me that wasn't in my territory, and I wasn't able to place anything, because a structure was near me, but I was able to place a base, which makes no sense. Also, this is like my, thing that places the base, and clearly it's not supposed to do that, but there we go. Or for example, let's take this. We have a motorcycle, and this is the garage, right? And you would think, okay, why do I not have a wall here? Well, it's because I cannot. And I cannot simply because this little bit right here sticks out just a tiny bit. It's like, why they would not make it just a tiny bit smaller, and this issue would not even be happening. So to build this garage, I placed a door here so it wouldn't look bad. But then you go out and you're just like, oh, there's nothing here. That's my, solution around it, which kind of sucks. So it's not perfect. The building is not perfect. The menus are not perfect. Now the survival element. You remember how I showed you when I ate the food, for example, like this? Well, it's pretty much useless. Like, I literally forgot that you need to do that. The only time I remember is maybe once every 30 minutes that I need to drink some water, because otherwise my stamina runs out and I'm not able to run. Obviously, you can place your bike, so, you can literally place it anywhere you like, so that's survival element is not there either. There's also fast travels, so the survival element in itself is not fantastic, and if you need water you can just collect water anywhere you like, boil it and you have it. It's literally a non-issue. So if you think this is gonna be a hardcore survival, it won't be, unless you're playing in PvP and then you know people gonna shoot at you. But again, you know, it's not, you know, the you need to eat the food to survive type of survival. Now the other thing would be the weapons. Now as you can see, I have a rusty crossbow, right? Let's just see how much damage a rusty crossbow will do. 217. What about AK-47? You would think clearly an assault rifle will do more damage than just a rusty crossbow, right? Yeah. Yeah. My knife will do a hell of a lot more damage than that. Hell, even my pistol will do a hell of a lot more damage than that. I mean, the shotgun will do a lot more, and I guess that's understandable, but still, man, even a rusty crossbow that you get at your first level will do a hell of a lot more damage than AK-47. So yeah, weapons are not really balanced, if I'm being honest. However, I guess the only kind of cool thing that, you know, there is quite a lot of weapons, there's pretty huge selection, so at least there's that, but yeah, they are not really balanced that great. Oh, and there's also a fish that you can use as a weapon, so a little bit for everyone and everything, I guess. Oh, and there's also these little villages that you can teleport, and in these villages there's a bunch of shops. Some shops I have the currency for, even if it ain't much. I have a little bit, you know, that I can maybe buy something. For some things I don't have any currency, so I have no idea how to get it. Maybe it's, you know, that you need to buy with money or something, I have no idea. So what would be my thoughts about the game so far? I've been playing this game for maybe like 10 hours or something right now together with my friend, maybe a little bit less than that. And honestly, at first we almost wanted to shut the game down, because in the first like couple hours it just feels like there's almost not that much to do, it's not that interesting. But then you kind of start to, you know, to place your building, you know, build your base, start collecting stuff, start, you know, battling big bosses, fight all kinds of other monsters, move into different zones, start exploring, looking for stuff, and all of a sudden slowly started to get a little bit more and more interesting, which is a good thing, because right now I'm actually really enjoying the game. It looks pretty, it's pretty fun, it has huge boss battles, it's an MMO, it's a survival, it's a base builder. You can also play together with your friends. You know, you go through zones. In one zones the monster levels are like maybe 4 or 5, then it's like 10, 11, then it's like 20, 30. It's kind of similar to, you know, to any other MMORPG you ever played. You know, you move through zones and the zone levels go up. The game, like I said, you know, it's not without its flaws. It can be a little bit annoying at times. The balancing is not always there either. Base building at times can truly be annoying with its stupid limits that shouldn't be there. I wish the queue didn't exist and I would have to find the stuff on my own, because I get, you know, the fact that it's there and it makes your life easier, but I like searching for stuff, you know. It's kind of a part of, you know, as any other zombie game, and when you take it away, I don't know. I kind of almost wish it wasn't there. As you can see, there's a pretty huge selection of monsters as well. This game looks this good and everything, and it's a free-to-play game? That's pretty impressive, right? Like, you don't have to pay. Oh my god, what is this? I never saw this thing before, and he has quite a lot of HP as well. I think I need to summon my little friend. My little friend is destroying this thing. Die, you piece of crap. Oh, it's split into two. Okay. Okay, show me what you dropped. Anything cool? Oh yeah, there's a bunch of stuff. Alright. You know, when you look at other survivals, they're all pretty much paid, and this one isn't. So the only thing I can say to you guys is, try it. This game is not without flaws or anything. Let's teleport home real quick. Or maybe we cannot. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I nearly died. For a free-to-play game, this game has so much to offer, and you can do so many things inside of here. As far as like the monetization goes, I haven't gotten into any issues like that yet, so I cannot tell you. But after playing for, you know, quite a while and not running into any monetization problems, I guess that's a good sign. But yeah, you can make your own mind. I showed you what the game looks like, what you can do in it, and I only showed you like, you know, a little part of it. I think that the game is actually pretty fun. I hope they're gonna fix, you know, the building issues, the menus, they're gonna make them more simple, hopefully. The tutorials are nearly unreadable, hopefully they're gonna improve that as well. The weapon balancing should be improved, but other than that, it's a pretty fun game. And I would absolutely recommend you to try it. If you enjoyed this little, you know, first impressions slash review slash whatever else you wanna call it, be sure to give me a like, subscribe, maybe watch my other videos. And I will see you guys next time in another video. Take care.